Alright, so manga, and we're going to start with Bleach this week. And yes, Sosuke freaking Aizen.
It's all you need to say.
Yo, Aizen. Alright, I'm, I get hyped when it comes to Aizen because I'm definitely hyped for his return.
But here's the question: before you get all out of control, remember this is the Troll King. Is that actually him, or is he creating an illusion? Because I highly doubt even the great Sosuke Aizen can break out of a seal that, or sorry, break out of that chair when he has probably over 100 seals on him. I think, or at least 20 plus seals. Because I actually counted the keys that you could see in the panel. Because he's like, I have keys with me, but I can only use 3. Now you couldn't see the entire case of keys, but of what was in the panel, there was at least 20 or so keys. So anyway, it could be anywhere from 20, 30, 40, I don't know. But the fact that he unlocked the mouse, and supposedly it seems like Aizen's broken completely free.
Yeah, seemingly.
Seemingly. That's why it's a little far. I mean, at first I was like, oh my god. But then, calmed down a little bit, and I listened to some reviews online, and I'm like, okay. Aizen, it wouldn't be too far-fetched if Aizen tried to create an illusion, because I forget, did he see Aizen's Shikai?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's most, in my opinion, it seems like an illusion as well. He still says there's still 2 keys left for you to use. Are there not? And while it seems mocking, it also seems like a true statement. Like, he still does have to use those keys. But I think once he does use them, Aizen's going to be free.
Or he could just be that good and have gotten free from just 1 seal being unlocked.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible because when it came to, the beginning, back in the Soul Society arc, the very end, it was stated that he needed, twice the amount of Reiatsu, or spiritual pressure, of a normal captain in order to be able to properly use the Hogyoku. So he's got, a massive amount just before even the whole Hogyoku stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, if I remember correctly, when he was sealed, he was also shielded. He's kind of got fused with the Hogyoku and his sword.
But yeah, because he was able to screw with Yuha Bak.
It is very possible that now he doesn't need his sword. You just see any part of him, and he can put you under illusions.
Most likely.
And whether he's a villain, Aizen's going to come in to help or hurt, he's going to fight Yuha Bak at some point. And it's going to be awesome.
Yes. Definitely.
And Aizen's no punk.
No. Far from it. Yeah. I mean, Aizen is Aizen, and we're definitely going to see... there's so many possibilities of what Aizen can do. It's just,
And don't forget your theory from a couple weeks ago, saying that Yuha Bak did all of this to free Aizen.
Oh. Wait. I said that?
Yeah, he said, oh. You said you would be fun... Because we were talking about how Aizen is, the Troll King and has plans for everything.
Oh, yeah.
And so you were like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if he planned this as his backup, having Yuha Bak come in here, mess shit up so bad that they have to free Aizen to help?
Right. Yeah. It's true though. I mean, I'm assuming he understood that this was going to happen at some point because Aizen has. He may not be Kisuke, but he does have like some like really high array of knowledge. So, I mean, people like Kurotsuchi were able to predict things like Quincy's attacking and stuff like that. So, I do think Aizen did have some of that in the back of his head. Like, even if I get captured, there's a big probability that I'll probably be released at some point if things go really south, which they have.
Oh yeah.
But it's unfortunately for Yuha, things are about to go south for him.
Unless Aizen helps him, which I don't think is going to happen.
Mm-mm.
Because Aizen has nothing to gain from it now.
Yeah, put it this way: the last couple chapters, in my opinion, have been the setup for things going south for Yuha Bach. Think about it. There are four Quincy Royal Guards, plus Uryu and Hoshvald. That makes 6. Do you know how many captains there are right now that are heading to the Squad Zero Palace?
Kenpachi.
Do you know how many?
More than they can handle.
6. Exactly 6.
Really?
There's Byakuya Kenpachi, Shinji, Soifone, Kisuke is a captain, and who was the other one?
Well, no, Kisuke Urahara is not a captain.
He was.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Ichigo has to fight Yuha Bach in the end.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm talking about the 6 on 6 here.
But there's a good chance that Uryu. We don't remember Uryu's wild card still because we're still not 100% sure whether or not he's actually, turned completely sided with the Quincy's.
Oh, I know. But here's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
We could have the last captain that I didn't mention, which has the possibility of a rematch, is Kurotsuchi. What if we get a rematch between Kurotsuchi and Uryu?
Uryu, he would wipe the floor with Kurotsuchi.
And that's exactly what I want to see happen. Dusted. But we also have Renji, Rukia, and Ikaku, 3 Bankai users that aren't captains.
Already there.
That are going with them. Plus others. But the point is, we could have a 6 on 6 at some point. And we could have, with some backup, of course, because I think they're going to have a lot of trouble with the Quincy's, because like the X-axis that power is ridiculous, and Miracle is probably ridiculous, and the Conversory he seemed really OP, and the death dealing, if he's really back, that was one of the most OP things in Bleach. You had to be like somebody like Oetsu to really deal with him.
It was interesting. Well, what I see. Well, remember, we still don't know how Yuha Bach's going to be defeated but there was a hint, and we kind of sort of predicted this last week, but he said in this chapter he could not predict, his eyes could not see the right hand of the Soul King.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, and because he couldn't predict or couldn't see in the future that this piece was going to come back, it's possibly that the other 3 pieces are going to come into play.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly being stowed away in people, like, there's tons of possibilities. Like, for instance, the Hogekyu could be one, which could be why Aizen's coming back. We could also have one being in a human, which, as I stated last week, or week before, is probably going to be Ichigo, since he's technically a human, even though he's a Shigegami and a Quincy.
Right.
And then there's the slightest possibility that one might have been entrusted to a Hollow, which maybe could be Grimjow. Never know.
Yeah, that was what I was saying last week. Was that it could be like one for each race,
Yeah.
but we'll see. I don't know, but I did think it was interesting how the hand escaped his eyes basically, which was kind of cool.
And is basically not substituting. He didn't become the new Soul King. He's holding the Soul King together for now, which will conveniently allow enough time for a counterattack.
Yep. So hopefully Ukitake doesn't die in this process and show us a Bankai.
He is. He's gonna die, and he's not gonna show his Bankai.
That would be
unless the other three pieces show up soon and prevent him and can somehow restore the Soul King back to normal. Because if it doesn't, he's going to lose his life in the process because he can't hold this very long.
Yeah, and that sucks.
So, needless to say, and then the whole thing. Here's the other funny thing. Speaking of what's his name, the science guy, Kurtsuchi.
Yep.
Here was something that was interesting. You ever notice how now, as we all know, Kisuke Urahara was the previous captain of that same division, and they both were very prominent scientists for the Soul Society. Isn't it kind of funny that both captains of that division have not only have either plot convenient information or plot convenient equipment or technology?
Yeah, and that's one of the things I don't care for with Kurotsuchi. With Kisuke, it's fine because he's
awesome.
He's Kisuke, but Kurotsuchi, he really goes overboard with this retarded shit. It's not about I knew about this. It's just that I prepared for this kind of possibility. Therefore, I've doubled my organs and.
Oh, that shit was stupid. Not only did he have twice as many organs, but what was it? His assistant, he had a bunch of different poisons inside or something. Really? That's where you call plot convenience.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, the double organs thing, maybe I could see happen. Something he might predict happening, but not this.
Yeah, the poison, and then the love doll thing was a little much too.
Love doll?
This arc with the how he was able to control the zombies that were being controlled by.
Oh yeah, that was
by the man chick.
Remember, if he can still control them, he could be bringing those two captains with him as well. So that could be 8 captains.
Yeah.
So whoever he fights, he's not going to fight. He's going to send the 2 captain zombies to fight. Because that's the way he is.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, yes, that's kind of a lot of that whole thing he did there with the zombie control was bullshit. But at the same time, it feels like that his character was built to face that Sternritter.
Yeah.
Just like he was built to face the Iran car.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Those 2 villains were created so that way he would have a way to shine. One or the other. Depends on which one was thought of first.
True.
So
yeah, this is a good chapter. Especially, well, the end was great, but overall, I thought it was a good chapter.
Yeah. If I were to rate the end of the chapter separately, I'd give it an epic.
Nice. Yeah.
Because it's Aizen.
Yeah.
He's the only villain. He is probably my second favorite villain behind Naraku.
Nice. I don't know about for me, but he's definitely up there.
Because they're one of the very two, like, they're the part of the small group of villains who seem to always have a plan for everything.
Yeah.
That's, it's rare that you have villains like that, because it's usually the same type of villains. They have a goal in mind, they make one plan, and all the good guys have to do is throw their plan off slightly and everything goes to shambles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Naraku he was too much. It was amazing. But let's not go there.
Yes, that's not for today.
No.